Hello, everybody. This is Scott Scott with Agent Mastermind. Super excited to have everybody here as always. And I got a dear friend of mine on the call, Hoss Pratt, who's been on the call several times with us over the years. Always brings so much value. So if you are multitasking, if you're doing anything but listening to Hoss Pratt, he has an amazing story. He has amazing content. And as always, I'm honored to have him here. Hoss, thanks so much for being here, brother.
Awesome, Scott, man. Thanks for having me today, buddy. Sound check if we can, Scott, before we get started. If everybody would join that's with us live today, I just want to welcome you guys that are climbing on. Thanks for having me again, Scott. I love this. Love you guys. I'm looking forward to teaching you what I have today on how to take a surge of new listings in less than 60 days. But I want to make sure my audio and everything's working. So would you guys do me a favor? Type in that question box. Just tell me where you're from. I can see your name there, but just tell me where you're from. It'll tell me that everybody can hear me and make sure that I'm coming in loud and proud before we get started as you guys are climbing on. We got Mary up in Utah. We got Christy down in Carrollton, Georgia, Annette in Illinois. We got Ruby in Houston, Pam in Atlanta. We got San Diego, Detroit, Sacramento. What's up, Carla? How are you, Deanne? Kayla, Bernardo, Joy. Man, I keep trucking here. We got a lot of people here, a lot of names. Good. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. My name is Hoss Pratt. I'm your host today on today's training of how to take a surge of new listings in less than 60 days. And here's why this is going to help everybody today. If you want to put more signs in the ground, you want more freedom, and you want to be able to build a business that makes money in your sleep, the time is now. And I'll tell you why. Two things happen. Today, in today's market, this is real time, and Scott and I were just talking about it. So, and Scott, I'm getting feedback, buddy. I don't know if we can mute somebody, whoever we're getting the feedback from. There we go. All right. So here's the deal. We have two things happening, and this is why this is important and why the next 60 days are crucial. And this is going to help all of you sell more homes this year. Number one is the Feds just lowered interest rates for the first time in over a decade. Today, interest rates are as low as they have ever been. Now's the time to buy. So what that means is, Mr. Seller, the Fed's lowering interest rates for the first time in 10 years. Any buyer that would have been buying in 2020, that is sucking all those buyers up, because all those buyers are taking advantage of the low interest rates. And what's happening is it's creating a frenzy right now in the next 60 days. But there's something else, another thing that's happening that really makes the next 60 days important, and that's the next year is 2020. It's a presidential election. And every year in real estate, when there's a presidential election, the real estate market comes to a screeching halt. So, Mr. Seller, if you want to get your property sold fast for the most amount of money, it's important to do it right now. Take it where the buyers are taking advantage of interest rates. Get the property sold before 2020 and be able to get on and move on to the next transaction. Now, here's the other part. Is right now in your market, for everybody that's joining us live, is right now also the greatest time in the history of real estate to sell a home? So just type in yes or no. Is right now the greatest time market-wise? Like, are we at the top of the market where you are in your marketplace? Is right now the greatest time? Just type yes or no, and I just want to just see, do it just a quick survey and see. There we go. Hey, Scott, can you see those?
I can, man. Yeah, a ton of yeses. I got one no, but the rest are yes.
They're all yeses, right? Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, sir.
So here's the deal.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's why this webinar is so important, and the timing is so important. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a model, and I'm going to talk really fast because I have a lot to cover. I always want to bring tons of value to you guys, and so I'm going to talk fast. So let's eliminate our distractions. I'm going to show you step by step what you need to do to go out there and put more signs in the ground in the next 60 days. And I'm going to show you how to take a surge of brand new listings that nobody is working and really even knows about. I'm going to show you different programs to offer your listing prospects that's going to help you convert them. I'm going to show you how you can list more expireds right now by using this easy to follow step-by-step blueprint. I'm actually going to give you the campaign and what you need to do to follow it. And I'm going to show you how to take control of your schedule, maximizing your time and productivity. And I'm going to give you a simple method that I teach to only my private coaching clients that could have you on a listing appointment by the time the sun goes down. So who am I? Well, listen, my name's Hoss Pratt, and I barely made it through high school. I didn't go to college. You know, I grew up in Missouri working on a dairy farm. You know, all odds were stacked against me. But I had a mentor come into my life when I was a teenager. His name was Jimbo. And Jimbo said, Haas, you got to, it's time to move. You got to go to a place where you can become better. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Where do I go? He goes, you become a product of your environment. You need to move. And I said, where? He goes, go to Texas. I'm like, Texas? He goes, yeah. I go, I've never even been there. He goes, well, let's go. And he took me on my first airplane ride. We flew to Texas, drove around. It was August, and it was like 150 degrees. It was so hot. And I fell in love with Texas. And here's what happened. I set the date and I moved here. And when I moved here, I was in my early 20s, and I came here to get into real estate. And I want you just to imagine this. So imagine a kid, a farm boy from Missouri, coming into Texas, or any market for that matter, a big city, and getting into real estate. And how do you think that happened? How do you think that turned out? I'll tell you this. My first 6 months, this is the reason I do what I do, to ensure that no agent goes through the pain that I went through of not knowing what I'm going to teach you, not having models to follow, not having the right mindset, and not having a systems-based business. And my first 6 months, I didn't have any of that, and it cost me. I mean, I was working 80 hours a week. I didn't list a single home. I didn't work a single buyer. I didn't close a single home, and I blew through $50,000 in 6 months. But here's the good news. I became Rookie of the Year. And all of that happened my second part of my first year. Now, I share this with you because some of you may feel like your back's against the wall. You need closings like yesterday. Look, I've been there. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do to be able to get listings immediately. And that's what this system and this model is. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can get results immediately. I did it in my own business. And for the last decade, that's what I've been doing. I mean, I've sold my real estate business, and for 10 years, I've been teaching other agents on how to do the same. You know, everybody wanted to know what I was doing to come into a brand new market, become one of the top listing agents, listing 30 homes every month, and never work at a buyer in my life. I've never bought a lead in my life. And that's what I've done is I teach other people. I teach agents just like you on how to go out and be able to absolutely dominate your market. In fact, over the last decade, I've done over 1,000 seminars in 48 states. You know, I've got over 5,500 hours of coaching real estate agents one-on-one, and over 1,500 online events just like this that you're watching. Now, why do I share that? Because I'm not guessing at what I'm about to share with you. What I'm sharing with you, not only did I live it and master it, and it worked for me, changed my life, saved my life, but I've also seen it work for countless agents around the country. Literally, thousands of real estate agents generating millions of dollars in commissions. And that's what I hope to help you with, is give you the exact blueprint. And we are in this perfect storm where we have this perfect opportunity between the interest rates and next year being 2020 to be able to quickly ramp up our listings. And I'm going to show you how to do this the fastest way that I know how. Like, if you said, Haas, I'm kidnapping you, I'm blindfolding you, I'm putting you in an airplane, I'm throwing you out of the airplane in a market where you don't know anyone, and you have got to become the top 1% in the entire market in 6 months. I'm confident I could do it. Here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the expireds. This market is the fastest way to put money in your pocket, fastest way to put signs in the ground when it's done right. And that's what I'm going to share with you, how to do this right and why this is such an important opportunity. You know, for me, my passion is listings. You know, I always had a saying, a listing. Yes, sir.
Hey, Haas, the slides, I don't know if you're moving them, but I'm still seeing how to take surge in a new listing in less than 60 days.
Thank you for that. Hey, Scott, every time give me 1 second. Can you make me a panelist real quick?
Yep. 1 second.
Stand by. Hey, by the way, while you're doing that, Scott, I want to ask everybody.
Actually, you're an admin. So you would have to do that.
It's not letting me click this thing though.
Click off of it and then back on, or click something other else on your computer. I've had that issue before.
It's not letting me.
The only option I have right now is to dismiss you. Let me see.
All right. Dismiss me. I'm coming back.
I can't do anything either. All right.
I'll come back. All right, hold on, guys.
Okay. All right. All right. He's gone. He'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulty. Hopefully he'll be back here in just a second. That was weird. And when he comes back, I'll just make him a presenter. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Sorry about that. All right, one sec. I was wondering if that was the case too. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, Rob. Thanks, Pamela. I was thinking the same thing. I just wanted to make sure that that's really what the case was. You guys know, for everybody listening, I've been doing this for over 7 years. It'll be 8 years in February that I've only one time had a technical difficulty where I couldn't do the class. That's pretty impressive. So that's a huge shout out to GoToMeeting. Now I do use Zoom a lot too as well. And maybe if you guys are, I don't know if you guys are interested, but maybe someday. What I am going to do a class on is phone burner. I'm going to be doing a class on phone burner.
All right, Scott, I'm here, buddy.
Okay, you're here. All right, I'm going to make you are a panelist, make presenter. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and share your screen again, brother. Yeah.
All right, there we go. We good?
There we go. Cool. We're good, man. Thank you.
We ain't gonna let technology stop us, are we, Scotty?
No.
So here's the deal, you guys. You want more freedom in your business. You want more freedom in your life. And here's the key, is we got to focus on listings. There's a reason I've never worked a buyer in my life. I only listed homes because I wanted freedom. I didn't want to work weekends. I wanted to make a lot of money, and I wanted to be able to have a quality life. And the reason that listings are so important, and we've heard this in the industry, it's a higher return on our investment than buyers. I mean, I say listings have babies because every listing we take should generate 2.7 buyer leads. So if we're taking listings, we control the market. And especially in a world like where you have Amazon partnering with Realogy and offering $5,000 for anybody, all of those things that are out there in the marketplace, this is the reason you need to control your own inventory. And this is the reason that I'm doing this, is to help you be able to control that inventory by focusing on listings. And with expireds, here's the key. These folks are everywhere. Like right now, today, you had several listings come up on your MLS as an expired listing. And so what we got to do is we got to have a proven system for this niche, because they're not going anywhere. There's always going to be expireds. In fact, I know for me, I became the top listing agent in my market, especially expireds. I crushed expireds. And here's what I've realized. I love expireds. Here's why. Because I will sell the home if I list it. And here's the reason why. The biggest complaint in real estate is lack of communication. The reason that homes expire is because of price. And I mean, that's why. And the reason that it expires because of price is because there were no price reductions. So what happens is when you come along and you're the second agent, oftentimes you turn around, you get the commission because the first agent didn't communicate. And in the lack of communication, you have lack of price reductions. And in fact, I want to share this case study with you. This is a guy, I talked to this guy today, and this is Mike. And Mike reached out to me. He said, Haas, I want to make $400,000 a year, and I only want to work 4 days. He goes, my kids are like getting older, and I want to coach them in their soccer and their sports teams. He goes, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off right now. Like I have no systems, and I hear you're the guy to help me. And here's what I did. I did exactly what I'm going to share with you. And I gave him the system. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go after this niche. I want you to do this, this, and this. And here's the results. Within 60 days, this could be you. He had 120 leads. He set 11 appointments. He ended up selling 5 homes and made $45,000. You see, with a niche, understand there's riches and niches, but you got to have the right system for targeting that niche. And that's what I'm going to break down for you, is the expired system to be able to go out, take this thing and inject it in your business and start getting results. And we need a few things in order to do this. Number one is we need quality leads. We got to have the data. We need that data to be accurate. We need cell phone numbers, social media profiles. We need addresses, email addresses. We need qualified prospects. We need a follow-up campaign that leverages multiple forms of communication, from texting, emailing, mailing, phone calls, and then be able to maximize our conversion in this system. And in order to do this, I want to share with you some ground rules. So let's just say I'm coaching you. I say, okay, I'm going to help you list 30 homes And in order to do this, we're going to go after the niche of expireds. But here's the thing. I don't want you to make these rookie mistakes. I want you to, when you, instead of pulling the expireds, just expireds, I want you to pull any status that's similar. For example, I remember like I was listing 15 homes a month from expireds, and my system was working. It was like maxed out at 15 listings. I'm like, man, this thing works, but I need more leads. I need more data. And I had this epiphany, and I discovered canceleds in the MLS. And I look in and I see the status. I pulled all the canceleds in the MLS. You know what? There were more canceled listings than expireds. And what I did is I took those listings and I put them on this system I'm about to share with you. And my listings doubled again because I doubled the amount of people I'm working with. And here's what happened. When I started marketing to the canceleds, it was so easy because nobody else was doing that. I was the only one calling them, marketing and texting them. And that's the reason we got to pull all available statuses. And we also have to get all that data from the cell phones, the email addresses, the mailing addresses, and the social media profiles. And I say I've never bought a lead in my life. You know what I do buy though is data. Like I need data. So for example, and so do you, every day the homes expire, you need to have a service that gives you the contact information. And Land Voice does that. Every day, you're going to be able to go in and see all of the expireds with all of their personal information, and then and they're going to give you all that data. And so if you don't have that service, I'm going to give you a quick deal. You can go to landvoice.com/Haas, and they're going to give you a smoking deal on this because here's why. We need the leads, and I'm going to show you how to build the beast. I'm going to show you how to turn these leads into money, but we got to have the leads. And how do we turn them into money? It's my formula. It's the 30x3 triple threat. And this is a 90-day campaign that we're going to put every expired, canceled, temporarily off the market, withdrawn, everybody on. They're going on this campaign every day in the morning. And there's 3 levels. The first 30 days, we're full force. Now, most of them will end up listing in that 30 days. That's why I love expireds, because some of you guys are going to have listings today. Why? Because it's fast turnaround. That's the reason we got to have expired system, because we can get listings at will at any time. And a lot of them will convert that first 30 days, as you're going to see. Then if they don't, we're still going to market to them. They're still in the system for the next 30 to 60 days. And if they still don't list, then we shift it down to third gear, where we market to them for the next 60 through 90. And I want to break this down, these 3 parts in the 30x3 triple threat. The first 30 days, we're hitting them hard. 6 mailers, 2 wild cards, 4 emails, and then we have 2 outbound texts. You see, the outbound texts are something that's really important, and I want you to listen. Today, in today's world, you can automate so much, and people's most preferred form of communication is texting. And so we need to build a campaign that has texting in it, that doesn't require you to text, but the campaign texts for you. And that's really important. The other thing that's important is we need wild cards. Wild cards are your unfair advantage. I'll give you an example of this. I have a mailer. I call it the outlaw mailer. And you mail it to expireds the first day that it comes up expired. This mailer makes money. It's the single greatest mailer I've ever seen. And I'm a marketer. Like, it gets 10 to 15% of the people to pick up the phone and call you. And it works like magic. That's a wild card. It's your shock and awe factor. It's outside the box. You see, the reason we call it the outlaw mailer is because it's so effective. Your competition is going to wish it was outlawed. We need more of that type of marketing in our business to be able to get the results you want. I mean, exponential results, not mediocre results. And so we got to have these wild cards in our system. Here's a text message I got from Mike, same guy I shared with you earlier. He sent me this text message and it said, just booked a listing appointment for Monday, 2.5 million off of Thrash, which is the outlaw mailer. And I said, awesome. You see, that's what the outlaw mailer does. In fact, I have clients that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and they don't do anything. They don't even call the expireds. I mean, I tell them to, but they don't. And they still make a lot of money from that mailer. We need that type of marketing in our system to help us get those people to list quickly. The second level, if they have not listed yet, then I'm going to ship them down to the orange level, where they're going to get 3 mailers. I'm going to send them a postcard, a greeting card, a letter. And all of these are written to get them to take action. And I'm going to send them 2 emails. I'm going to send them a long form sales copy for all those folks that like to read, that want to, that influence and persuade them that way, or I'm going to send a short open loop email. If they still haven't listed in that next, in the second month, then they've got to in the third month. I mean, most don't make it past that 90 days. And I'm going to send them one mailer. I'm going to send them a letter. I'm going to send them an email. And in this process, what happens is results come, because here's why. I'm not outcome oriented. I'm action oriented. All I'm doing is taking leads, putting them in the beast and feeding it. And then out comes the results. I'm simply trying to eliminate everybody that is not worth my time and money. So for example, if the seller's not realistic, they're out. If it goes active, I'm obviously not going to market to it. And then if it's no longer for sale, we're always trying to eliminate the prospects from the system. And here's the key. In the 30x3 triple threat system, it's a 90-day campaign. Keep in mind, 90 days, 80% of sales happen on the 5th to 12th contact. Less than 10% of agents make more than 3 contacts. That's the reason it's important to follow the system. You got to be consistent. And here's what you got to do. You got to play the numbers game. I need you to add 10 to 20 leads into this system every week. And if you add 10 to 20 leads into the system every week, you can expect a 5 to 20% conversion rate. So if you're no good at it, but you're using the system and you're just doing it, then you can expect a 5% return. Why? Well, the system works. But as you get more skilled and you're able to get, when you speak with a prospect, you're able to get them to take action and meet with you, you're going to get better and better at that. And then that's going to increase. Like for me, I would convert 20% of every expired that came in my system, and with a 10% spoke to ratio. But here's the key. You got to have a model. You have to have a system, and let that system work. And it will work if you do, but if you don't, it won't. And that's the key. You see, I said this earlier, that the game's in the follow-up, but it's also important that we're marketing effectively. The marketing that's positioning you as a real estate agent, as the expert, as the undisputed authority, because in this process of communicating, here's what's going to happen. Then we're going to get results, but we got to make the contact. So here's what I want to do. I want to help you with this. I want to help you, like right now, start with tons of people to put into this system where you don't have to like wait every day for a home to come up expired. Here's what you do. Remember at the beginning of the webinar today, you guys, whenever I asked you and told you that the perfect storm with interest rates, 2020 around the corner, you see right now, there's a whole group of people that would list today if they knew that. And that's what the forgotten expireds are. So here's what the forgotten expireds are. You go out, you pull all the old expireds anywhere between 5 and 7 months. You can even go up to a year. And you put those people on the system that I'm sharing with you. What happens is you're going to be able to start with not only a pool of leads, but you're going to be able to talk to people who want to talk to you. And that's what happens. This right here, my friends, the old forgotten expireds. You could do this with anybody. You could go after the old FSBOs, the old expireds. And what happens is your conversion rates soar with this market because nobody else is marketing to them. And most of them want to sell. Most of them are on the sidelines. And what this system does is it gets them back in the game. And with all the things that are happening, it makes sense for them to list now. But listen, we're not in real estate. We're in marketing. We're marketers who happen to be in real estate. And we have got to have effective marketing to be able to maximize our conversion. In fact, this quote from Dan Kennedy, who's probably one of the greatest marketing minds that ever walked planet Earth. Dan says, take a look at what everybody else in your industry is doing, then do the complete opposite. You'll probably be very successful. You see, that's what I found. Whenever I was a broke real estate agent, I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together. I was down to ramen noodles. And like people would ask me, like, what do you do different than everybody else? What do you do to market my home? Why should I list with you? And I didn't know how to answer those questions. And I find that a lot of agents don't. And that's what we got to fix today, is we got to know what makes us different. So for example, today, let's say you're following everything I'm telling you. You're going to be setting more appointments. You're going to have a lot more face-to-face appointments. In fact, For me, I would go on anywhere between 1 and 5 listing appointments every day. I mean, that's the key. I believe we all need to be on appointments every day. But if we're on that appointment, let's say we're there tonight, and let's say you're sitting there and they ask you that question point blank, why should I use you instead of your competitor? I mean, I want you to think about this. These folks, by the way, the last agent failed to sell the home. The last agent didn't do anything to market the property. And so what we've got to do is we got to come out swinging with marketing that creates their interest. And this question right here, I mean, just think about it, right? Ask yourself, why should they use you instead of your competitor? And here's what most people do. Well, I've been in business for 30 years. Everything I touch turns to sold. I'm a household name. I've got my ABR, my CRS, my GRI. I mean, and they go down this list, but here's what I want you to understand in marketing. None of that matters. You know what does matter? The fact that people don't care about us. They care about themselves, their time, and their money. So if we tell them how great we are, what we do, then we're not going to get results. I mean, I'll tell you this. Remember, when I moved to Texas and I was listing 30 homes a month, like, it wasn't because I've been in real estate long. It wasn't because I was older. In fact, I looked like I was 12 years old at the time. But the reason that I was able to take the listings and be able to beat anybody is because I showed people what I could do to save them time and money. And it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with my tangible programs and solutions that solve their pain. You see, I looked at it like this. I'm the doctor. They're the patient. I need to know what their pain is in order to solve their pain. So I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to dig. And once I find their pain, I'm going to be able to prescribe them a solution. You see, there's several pains in the industry. I mean, think about it, right? If they need to sell the home fast. What's the thing that you do to sell the home fast? You know, they don't want to be locked into a contract. What's the thing you do to solve and overcome that objection? Or the last agent didn't do anything to communicate with them. What's the solution? When they say, look, the last agent didn't communicate, what are you going to do? How do you answer that question? Or they want to sell the home on their own, or they want an aggressive agent. They need to sell for top dollar. Here's what you need. You need to have a marketing arsenal that are programs that you use in your business that articulate and establish your value, but also help you overcome objections. And these are the reasons that people listed with me. It wasn't about me. It was about my guarantee that I guaranteed to sell their property, or the fact that I had a smart seller program that allowed them to sell the property themselves while it was listed with me. And they didn't pay me a penny unless I sold the home. Or the moment that they looked me in the eyes and they said, well, what are you going to do to market my home? And I say, well, I have an 89-point marketing plan that works magic in selling homes just like yours in Willow Bend subdivision that other agents failed to sell. My 89-point marketing plan is the reason we outsell the average agent 10-1. You see, this is the key. This is so important. Notice that I never said anything about me. It was always about the solutions that I position. You guys, you get this. This is so huge. Because if in the absence of solutions, in the absence of programs, like, it's tough. Selling's tough. Establishing your credibility and your value is tough. And so we need to be able to have marketing that solves the prospect's pain. And here's the purpose of it: to get them on the phone. Everything we do is to simply either get them on the phone. If they're already on the phone, it's to convert them. But what we want to do is we want to understand that everything works together to deliver a single result, and we can't just do one thing. We got to automate it, and we got to build a machine. And I want to show you how to automate this machine, because, you know, I believe that people don't work unless they're forced to work. I want you to think about that. People don't work unless they're forced to work. So if you don't have a system in your business telling you what to do every day, you're not going to do anything. And why would you, right? You don't know what to do. I mean, most real estate agents, I mean, let's face it. I mean, 95% of the transactions are done by 5% of the agents. And what are the 5% that do 95% of the transactions? They're marketers. They're marketers who happen to be in real estate. They have systems that are automated, and the systems tell them what to do. You see, this is so important, because without a system and without automation, then we're never going to get to the next level. Just straight up, point blank. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's never going to happen. We're never going to get to the next level. So we've got to build and automate the machine. In fact, I'll give you a quick story just like this. We need a kiosk. You know, I travel a lot, and when I go to the airport and I check in, I go to this kiosk. Like I remember before kiosks were even here. I mean, I had to go to and talk to somebody, but with a kiosk, here's what happens.
Brutal.
This thing does 90% of the heavy lifting, right? It asks me for my record locator. I check in, it prints my boarding pass, it prints my bag tags. It asks me if I want to upgrade. And by the time that process is done, I had no human interaction at all. You see, we need the kiosk for your business, especially in today's world of technology and all the things you can do and should do. We need to be able to leverage it to where we have a system that does 90% of the heavy lifting, where it doesn't rely on you. Because let's face it, if it relies on you, you're not going to do it, right? I mean, I wouldn't either. That's the reason I need a system to show up for. And here's what we got to avoid in building this system is not owning your time throughout the day, right? I mean, letting our cell phone and our email control our day, and we fall behind on calls, and the mailers don't go out, the texts don't go out. So we start making excuses. We're doing the $10 an hour work, and we're overthinking the entire system. Listen, here's the deal. It's just like old Jim Rohn, one of my favorites, said, "Don't mistake movement for achievement." It's easy to get faked out by being busy. The question is busy doing what? You see, in real estate, you're unemployed every 90 days. There's nothing more important to your business than prospecting, lead generation, and conversion. I mean, it's everything. I mean, for me, it was every day from 9 to noon, I was calling sellers. I mean, setting appointments, answering calls. And from 9 to noon, that's what I did, because you see, I'm in commission sales just like you. And if I don't have appointments, I don't have closings. And so we need to have that machine telling us what to do every day. So we're doing the things that we got to do in order to grow our business. And the reason that most people don't do that is because they don't own their time. And I want to help you with this. I want to give you a daily method of operations. So every day, Monday, and I didn't work weekends, because you don't have to work weekends when you do what I'm sharing with you. I mean, you have quality of life. I mean, I've never worked a buyer in my life, never bought a lead in my life, never inputted a listing in my life, all of those things, because of it works. And the daily method of operations is this, is every day I followed this schedule. 8 to 9, I was getting ready to get ready. I was getting leads in, putting them in my system, putting them on the campaign. And then at 9, I started prospecting. I started calling the leads, returning the phone calls from 9 to noon. And I have a theory that nothing in real estate happens until noon anyway. I mean, do you guys agree, right? Nothing in real estate happens till noon. So here's what I want to tell you to do. Invest that time before noon into your business, into your future. And this has to happen. Otherwise, we're going to be on the income roller coaster just like every other agent. In fact, 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that's when I'm on listing appointments. Now, why do I say that? Because if you called me and you said, Haas, I need you to come out at 11 o'clock in the morning and list my home, I'm going to say, well, I can't make it 11, but I can make it at 4. Are you available at 4? And the reason is because I own my time. Like, nobody messes with 9 to noon. Like, my 9 to noon is how I make money. So I'm not going to give that time away. And in order to do that, we have to have a daily method of operations that we follow. And if we don't, then we're not going to own our time. Next is conversion. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of conversations. A lot. And that's what we do, right? That's what this entire thing is designed to do, is to get you on the phone and face to face with a lot more people. So it's really important to me. Not only do I help you get in front of them and get them calling you, but it's also to help you convert these prospects. You see, I believe that your ability to persuade and get that person to take action, it's the number one skill that will determine the level of success you reach in your career. And this is so important, to be able to get a prospect to say yes. I remember when I first started doing seminars and I was on the road, and I could convert nearly anybody I talked to on the phone. I mean, I don't say that to brag. I just say it because what I'm sharing with you works. And so if I got them on the phone, I'm going to set the appointment. And I remember when I was on the road 200 days a year. That was before I had kids and got married. You know, I'm not on the road that much now, not 200 days. I'm on the road a lot, but not as much as I was then. And what I would do is I was known as the guy that would set appointments from the stage. And so everywhere I would go, I would have a stack of leads, and then, they would give me the leads. I'd say, give me all the expires. I want you to call every expire. I want you to Here's a list of expireds that expired today. I want you to sit on this stage. I want you to call this list. And as soon as you get somebody on the phone, I want you to hand me the phone. And I did that. And here's what happened. I never remember a time that I didn't set the appointment. If I got them on the phone, I'm taking the listing. And here's why I want you to know this. You can too do that same thing. If you have solutions, you know how to ask the questions that lead to the pain, and you know how to create urgency, which I've already shared with interest rates and the election and all of that will help you persuade. And I want you to ask this question. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that you call an expired today, and you're going to call them, and you're going to say, hey, this is Susie. I saw your home came up expired on the MLS today. Are you still wanting to sell your home? And they're going to go, well, yeah, no, I took it off the market, or no, it expired. Here's the goal of these conversations. I want that prospect talking. So if you were to listen to me, call that lead right now, here's what you would hear. You would hear me ask questions. In fact, I'm going to ask probably 10 questions before I even make a single statement. Why? Because that's the secret. The secret to conversion is asking the prospect the questions that lead to their pain. And when you're equipped with the solutions, that's where the magic happens. And this is where most people fail. They don't ask questions, they talk, they sell, and nobody likes salespeople. We want them talking, and that is the key to conversion. Because the purpose of this call is this. I simply want to know, do they want to sell? So I'll give you an example. Mr. Seller, I saw your home came up expired on the MLS today. Are you still wanting to sell that home? No, we took it off the market. Here's the key. You ask a question based on their answer, and you take the conversation deep. So when they said, no, we took it off the market, I'm going to ask another question based on that. And it's going to be, so if I had a qualified buyer that wanted to purchase your property, you wouldn't sell it to them? No, no, I wouldn't, because my job transfer fell through. Okay, delete, they're out of the system. Or they say, well, why? Yeah, maybe. Do you have a buyer? Well, yeah, we've got hundreds of buyers. If I had a buyer that wanted to purchase the property, would you sell it? Yeah, I guess if you have a buyer, you can bring them by. You see, now we have a different story. And what we want to do is we want to know that. We want to segment them, and we simply want to set the appointment. This is what's so great with expireds. I'm going to go for the appointment. It's the nurture process is shorter with them. So the goal of the entire campaign is to simply get them on the phone. And when they're on the phone, you're going to convert them. Why? Because that's how expireds work, especially when you're using everything I'm sharing with you, like to create an urgency of why they need to meet with you now and how you're different. All of that is important and needs to happen. So understand the call leads to the appointment, and the appointment leads to the listing. And so we need to have those conversations. We need to be in front of them, and we need to be getting their listing. And here's some things I want to share with you that are really important. This stuff is so important if you're to succeed. In fact, and Scott, I'm going to do a quick poll. By the way, how many listings in the next 4 weeks do you guys want to take? I just want to ask everybody. So let's just say I give you this system, you take it, you do everything that I tell you to do, and I'm going to make it super easy on you, okay? How many additional listings do you want to take in the next 4 weeks? I want you to type that number there in the question box. And this is all from expireds, cancels, withdrawals, temporarily off the market. Go ahead, Scott. What are they saying?
Just looks like 4 is a magical number. 25 from Justin. 1, 6, 2, 20, 6, 4, 15, 10, 12, 5, 10, 2, 10, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 10, 12, 3.
Scott, do you know another niche that those people could go after to be able to bring that type of result in the next 4 weeks?
I do.
Right?
Just because I know you, man. There's both.
You're right. Expires are faster in 30 days. So if there's anything that you want, if there's any niche that will help you get that amount of listings, it is this niche, because here's why. They will turn around and they will list today. But you got to understand this. Consistency is everything. We got to be consistent. We got to always position ourselves as the expired expert. Like, notice I say, I specialize in selling homes other agents failed to sell. My 89-point marketing plan is designed to sell homes other agents failed to sell. We're always positioning ourselves as the expert. Let me tell you something. You got to be more direct. You got to be more direct with your prospects, because when direct people are the authority, remember, I'm the doctor, right? I'm the one asking questions. I'm the one in charge, right? I'm the one that's going to prescribe them the solution to their pain. And I'm going to do this by asking questions, and I'm going to be action oriented, not outcome oriented. Like, I'm just going to show up for this system. Listen, all I want you to do, folks, I want you to show up for this system. Just show up for 4 weeks. Just show up for it. Just do whatever it says to do. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to get those results. And the reason that most people don't, you know it, it's fear, right? It's the reason most people fail at anything is fear. You see, I believe this, that you can accomplish anything in life and business. I mean, I've proved it to myself. I've overcome great odds to get to where I am. And I've had to own my fear all along the way. But here's what I've learned. As long as I had the right mindset, following a proven model, and I take massive action, I get results. And that's the formula. Mindset models massive action. You see, you can't take massive action and not have a model to follow. That's going to be exhausting. You're going to get fried, burn out, no results. You're going to get, you're going to get beat down. I mean, it's not going to be fun. Why? You need a model. This is the biggest reason that most people don't get to where they want to be, is because they don't have a model to apply massive action to. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a model. I'm going to share with you how I'm going to help you get those listings. The only way that I know how, I'm going to give you everything. But I'm going to give you everything and then some. And I want you to pay close attention to this opportunity, because remember, right now in the next 60 days, with interest rates as low as they've ever been, with the 2020 election next year, like, the market's going to slow down. I mean, we want to use those two things right now to create urgency, to be able to list as many homes as we possibly can. And what I'm going to do is I want to help you. In fact, I want to invite you, and this is what, and I want you to stay with me, because this is so important, everything I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you everything, but I'm going to take you through a 4-week system where I'm going to coach you live, and I'm going to give you everything, and then I'm going to coach you on it. And this is really easy, especially whenever I'm walking you through it. But I want to give you some testimonials before I step into what I'm going to share with you. I made over $270,000 from the Outlaw mailer alone. You see that? Remember the Outlaw mailer? I said it's the greatest mailer I've ever seen. Listen, crazy. You need this mailer in your business. Like, for 270 grand, I mean, let me tell you something. I hear these success stories all the time. You need this mailer. 2, I'm on track to double my business this year, closing almost 20 million, making it my best year ever, and I'm planning on doubling again next year. Last year, I closed 12 million in sales. This year, I'm on track to close over 20 million. I'm able to take more time off and and my life is more balanced than ever before. And that's what I'm going to help you guys achieve. I'm going to help you do this the way that I've helped tons of people, and I'm going to give you the system. And this is your blueprint to being the #1 listing agent in your market. And it's the Expired Listing Bootcamp. And it's starting this week. I'm doing it only for you guys. I'm going to do it live, and I'm going to take you step by step through it. And I'm going to give you a really, really sick bonus in a second. I want you to pay attention. So I'm going to explain what this boot camp is going to be about. And it starts on, when does it start, Brenda? On Friday, Thursday and Friday. So here's what it is. It's a 4-week boot camp where I'm going to give you everything, like everything that I have. I'm going to give you the Expired system. I'm going to give you the marketing material. I'm going to give you the scripts, the marketing plans, the tools, the resources, the voicemails, the questions to ask. I'm going to give you live prospecting calls where you're going to listen to me call expireds. You're going to hear me, and those things are going to change your life. You're going to absolutely love those calls. And then I'm going to give you all the mailers, the email text templates, the text templates. I'm going to support you all along the way. So you get me, you get Brenda, right, Brenda? We're going to support them throughout the entire boot camp. So what this is, if you have any questions through the boot camp, we're here. So here's what I want you to do before I give you your bonuses. I want you to go to expiredbootcamp.com. And Scott, can you put that link there in the chat?
Already got you, man. Already there, buddy.
Good. Yep. Expiredbootcamp.com. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw in some bonuses. The first bonus I'm going to give you, I almost didn't do it, but I'm going to, because I love Scott. I love y'all. Listen, I'm going to give you the Outlaw mailer. I'm going to give this thing to you. This thing is worth the entire investment alone. You just heard it. Sheila made $270,000 from that one mailer alone in 1 year. I mean, who knows? She's probably made over $1 million from that mailer over the years. And I'm going to give this thing to you because I like to over deliver, and it works, and you're going to absolutely love it. And by the way, for only one payment of $297, for the boot camp. That's all you're making. The only investment you're making today is $297. That's it, and you're in for the next 4 weeks. And that alone is worth the Outlaw Mailer. I mean, geez, I'd pay 30 grand for the Outlaw Mailer. I'd pay 50 grand for it. Why? Because it works. 2, I'm going to give you my live listing presentation, because you're going to go on listings, and I'm going to teach you my listing presentation step by step. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the PowerPoint. I'm going to give you the pre-listing packet. I'm going to give you everything you need to be able to convert this prospect. And this is not only going to help you with expireds, but in any referrals and FSBOs or farm areas, no matter where. This presentation is going to help you make money and convert. And then I'm also going to give you a mystery bonus. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to absolutely love it. And in fact, I want to share these dates with you guys as you guys are going to expiredbootcamp.com. I've got 20 spots, Scott, that we're going to open, buddy. So once those 20 spots are gone, they're going to be gone. So here's what I want you guys to do as I share these bonuses with you and the dates. I want you to go to expiredbootcamp.com and make this investment. And know that I'm going to give you what I'm going to give you, you're going to make tens of thousands of dollars from, as long as you do what I share with you, and you're in the game. It's a no-brainer investment. It all starts on Friday. So for the next 4 Fridays, August 23rd, what time does it start, Brenda? August 23rd, August 30th is part 2. Part 3 is on September 6th, and part 4 is on September 13th. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I truly believe this window that exists to be able to just absolutely crush it. So, and then the reason I do it live is because I want to be there with you. I want to coach you through it, right? I want to make sure that you implement everything and make sure that that you have clarity as you go through this process. And in fact, here we go. Let me show you this. I'm going to throw in a special bonus that and this is amazing. So on Thursday, I'm going to do a special bonus training for you, and you're going to get my entire listing system. So all the way from appointment setting, like I'm going to teach you how to set appointments, like what to ask, exactly what to say. And then I'm going to give you a pre-listing system, both a pre-listing package and pre-listing videos, that anytime you set a listing appointment, I want you to put these people on this pre-listing system. And what happens is when you show up at that listing, it's going to be like cutting through warm butter to close them. Why? Because they've already been pre-closed. I'm going to take you through my listing presentation, part 1 and part 2. And I'm going to show you how, once you get the listing, how to market the listing, how to get the thing sold, and then also how to manage the listing. So I'm going to give this to you. It's a special bonus training. This training alone, by the way, is 2.5 hours long of great, amazing training, but I'm going to give you all of the tools as well with it. And this training is happening live on August 22nd, which is this Thursday. So this Thursday is the live listing presentation training where I'm going to give you all that and teach you that. And then on Friday is part 1 of the Expired Listing Bootcamp. So here's what I want to do before I open it up for some questions. I just want to, first off, you guys listen. Now's the time. Make the investment. You need a model. You need a system. This is the single greatest model that there is to help you get there. I'm confident of it. Make the investment. You're going to be glad you did. In fact, I'll make it risk-free for you. Listen, if you don't think that this was worth the investment, you don't think that I delivered, or you don't think that you don't like the sound of my voice, you can fire me. I'll refund your money. I won't keep it. But listen, take one of the spots, the 20 spots. It's only one payment at $297. And it's going to be the single greatest investment you could possibly make, especially right now, to finish 2019 super strong. And I want you to go to expiredbootcamp.com. I want you to make that investment yourself, and let's do this together. Scott, I'm going to pass it to you, buddy. Let's get some of these questions answered.
All right, sounds good. So what they want to know what time it is, and if they can't make it because they have an out-of-town appointment or whatever, is there recordings, and are they going to have access to the recording?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a private portal. The Expired, you'll have a portal where you'll have a login and password. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything in there as I go through it live. And then all your handouts and the PowerPoints, the marketing, all that will be in the portal. And then after I do it live, I'll put the video up in the portal. So if you can't make those live dates, you can go through and you can watch it later on. In fact, and Scott, people have lifetime access to this boot camp in the portal. So like,
lifetime.
Lifetime. So like you can go through this thing in 5 years if you want. But like, I'm not going to take it away from you. I'm just going to deliver it to you live, put it all in a portal, give you your login and password, and now you have access to it. Brenda, what time are these the trainings on Friday?
That was one of the questions.
Central.
What time?
Scott, 12 noon Central.
Noon Central, noon Central, 1 Eastern.
1 Eastern.
Noon Central, 1 Eastern.
Yes, sir.
11 Mountain, 10 Pacific.
Yep, and here's what's going to happen. For all of you guys that are going to expiredbootcamp.com, taking action, you're going to get an email. My assistant, Brenda, she's my right arm, and then her and I together will help you through this. She's going to be in touch. She's going to get you access to everything, instructions on and everything else. So Brenda will be in touch for all of the action takers that are going to expiredbootcamp.com.
All right, and do you have it in Spanish? Great question. So we got Mario's asking.
What's the question?
Do you have it in Spanish?
Yeah, I can help you, Mario, get the material transcribed. So if you're in a Spanish-speaking market, what I'm going to give you would be easily what's the word? Not transcribed.
And converted.
Converted. There you go.
Converted
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Jackie's
That's
in. That's the only one I know. Yeah, so you probably have the names more so than I do. But Jackie said, "Hey, I'm in. I'm super pumped, excited. Welcome, Jackie. I'm already on the RedX. Do I have to use Landvoice? Great question. So he already has RedX, so he's ready to roll.
No, you don't need to use Landvoice. Landvoice is just the one that the preferred seller source. But yeah, I mean, there's several other companies out there. So yeah, if you already have RedX is going to work incredibly well with this program.
And it's not Thursday; it's Friday. I think we misspoke a little bit. So it's every Friday for the next 4 weeks. Starting this Friday.
But this Thursday is the listing training where I'm going to give you the listing presentation, pre-listing. So that's on Thursday.
And what time is that?
The camp starts on Friday.
Okay. And what time is the training on Thursday for the listing?
The training on Thursday for the listings is, let me pull it up. Go ahead and ask another question. My calendar's pulling up here.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Congratulations, buddy. Welcome to the class. Will you have access for forever? Yes, to your listing presentation training. So anything you do, as far as I understand, they have access for life. So if they bought, they're going to have expired. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the training on Thursday is at 1 o'clock. Is at 1 o'clock Central. And one thing, Scott, that I want everybody to know on this listing, like I wrote this entire listing presentation. I wrote it brand new for today because here's why. In this presentation, I combat a couple things: discount brokers and iBuyers. So like on listings, they have options, and from iBuyer companies to discount brokers. And what I'm going to teach you on Thursday is we're going to crush those people. And I'm so pumped about it. You guys are going to absolutely love it. But I'm going to give you all the slides and everything that you guys can all use, forever in your listing presentations, because like the Amazon stuff, Scott, we talked about, right? The Zillows, doing cash offers, all of that, we beat in the listing presentation, and I combat it and I teach you how to do the same.
Awesome. All right. Sarah's in. Welcome, Sarah. She's super excited. Something I've been needing in my business. Welcome. A couple questions here. Are canceled and withdrawn listings the same? Great question. And I love that strategy, by the way.
It's a great strategy. It depends. Every MLS is a little bit different on if you can legally go after withdrawns or temporarily off the markets. They can't have a signed listing agreement, right? So like to legally market to. So that would be the key. But it's case by case. Canceleds usually are fair game for everybody. But like when you get into withdrawns, I could go after withdrawns. Other people may, not be able to. But the big one's canceled. The majority of them are canceled and expireds. And hey, Scott, real quick, I just want to congratulate some folks real quick as you guys are taking action.
Christy's another one. Christy took action. Congratulations, Christy.
Yeah, and Andrews, I see you too, buddy. Good job, Andrew. Karen, well done, taking action. Looking forward to working with you. Twan, welcome, taking action. Good job. Congrats. Jackie, got you, Jackie. And remember, there's 20 spots. I'm closing this thing down. Kay, good job. And the reason is because it's live, and you get me and Brenda, and we want to make sure we deliver Disney.
Too much.
Yeah, dude, we want Disney experience, man. That's what we want.
Betna Robson, she's like, other coaches charge thousands for baloney time wasting tasks. This is immediate money by one who has done it. 297 is a total no-brainer. Don't think about it. Just do it. That's from Betty. Thanks for the appreciation.
There's no security in $297, right? And you need to make this investment because I'm telling you know what happened, Scott? As soon as before I went live, I was telling Brenda, she goes, "You're giving them all that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Man, you're so over delivering. Like, listen, what you guys are getting is worth tens of thousands of dollars, but I don't care because I love Scott. I love y'all. I want you guys to have it, and I want to help you crush it. And that's the reason I'm giving you freaking everything. You got it. Everything you can use in your business."
Kyla, thanks for being here. She has a great question. She says, "Can we do the system in boot camp without having Land Voice or Reddit?" Absolutely.
Yes, you sure can. Absolutely. You don't need to go make investments. Here's the deal with this, you guys. I'm not going to have you go out and spend a fortune. Like for me, I like high net operations. I don't want to spend an arm and a leg, right? I want to spend a little to get a lot. I like big and easy, right? Big results that are easy to implement. And that's what you're going to get. So if you don't want to make the investment in a lead provider, I'm going to show you how to get the leads without having to make that investment.
Sarah's in Florida. She just said, "I'm in the realtor convention, but I'm going to try like heck to get there Thursday and Friday." Let me know where you're at in Florida, Sarah. Maybe we can hook up. I'm down there in the winter. So when do we get access to the system and information to start going after the expired? Oh, we got people that want to move, bro.
Dude, ready to roll. Listen, Friday, you're going to get, but Thursday and Friday, you're going to get access to all of that as I take you through this process. So it all begins this week.
Excellent. All right. Dude, give me this one. So this is a good question. I saved it for the last. Just signed up. Betna's in. Just signed up. How would you answer when they say, and this is going back to part of the presentation, bring the buyer, and we'll give you the buyer's commission? What do you say, man? Well, you know, when you say,
bring the buyer and I'll bring the buyer's commission.
Yep. I'll pay the buyer's commission.
All right, perfect. So, and what I would do is I would keep asking questions. So why did the property not expire? Or why did the property expire?
Right.
And I wouldn't have, like, and I teach you this, like, you don't have to answer every question they ask you, right? It's a matter of asking another question and redirecting. If they say that, honestly, it means nothing to me, Scott. Like, I'm just going to keep trucking through it, right? And I'm going to get to the point where I find more pain. And I'm going to be like, okay, so you do need to sell this property in 60 days, it sounds. Yeah, I do. Well, you need to get it on the market then. Well, you see what I mean? Like, it's going to get to that point. So I'll teach you how to do that. You guys will hear that on my live calls and also the scripts that I give you.
North Tampa Bay area. We're going to be down there. I'll be down there in September, Sarah. So I'll be in there next month. So
Scott, man, we got a lot of people taking action, dude. This is great. Good job, guys.
Dude, I'm excited. Yeah. What time Thursday, Robert? Refresh my memory again. I don't want to say it. 1 Central. Okay, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, 12 Mountain, 11 Pacific. So.
But listen, Sarah, Brenda will send you all that, right, Brenda? Yes, Brenda's on it. You guys will love working with Brenda too. It's going to be, so if you have questions, you get, we're here, right?
All right, we got that. Once I type in below, it errors and changes to different euro. That is correct. It will change to a different euro. Just give it a second. Expiredbootcamp.com. I did test it before we went live, so it should be good to go. And give it just a second. If for some reason try a different browser, but it should redirect to it. Here, let me just grab the link and I'll send it to you for that person that just Expired Bootcamp redirect. There we go. 1 second, Haas. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, buddy.
Send. All right, I just sent you the link that it goes to. So there you go. Sarah, cool. Hey, Sarah, I just emailed you my email. Shoot me an email with your contact info. Woke up. Have them email directly. Let's see, 2 p.m. Eastern Friday also. So the one Friday, you're going to get all this. You're going to email them the times, right?
I'm going to email them all the details. Yeah. All y'all need to do now is just go take action, get one of those spots. And then me and my team will be in touch and give you everything. So, and by the way, remember, like you're getting all the, we're going to record everything and you're going to have a portal or everything. You'll have access to everything if you can't make one of the live sessions.
Yeah. All right. And how long is each class, Haas? About each Friday?
Hour to an hour and a half on the Expired Bootcamp. The listing training on Thursdays, 2.5 hours. All of it will be live.
All right. Hoss,
And by the way, on the
I'm gonna
training on
send you-
Thursday, y'all, I'm going to give you a pre-listing packet. I'm going to give you the actual listing presentation slides. Like, that's the reason I'm over delivering. And Brenda couldn't believe I was doing it, because it's true. It's like, listen, what I'm giving you on Thursday is worth this measly little $297 investment, but the findings reserved for the seekers. So for all you guys that are making the investment, I want you to know that you're going to be blown away. And that's my intention to help you guys, and I'm going to do my part.
All right. Sarah, oh, here we go. I got her email. Hoss, I'm going to send you a private message just because Sarah had an issue. So I'm going to shoot you a text on this one.
The text, okay, yes, because I can't see the question,
yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, I know. There's no more questions. So this email I'm sending you said, and Sarah, what's your Hoss? I just sent you a text. All right, there's her number. All right, I got her number too, so I'm gonna send you her number.
So hey, Sarah, I'm gonna have Brenda reach out to you.
Perfect.
Hey, Brenda. I'm going to send you a message. I want you to reach out to Sarah, please.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Do we hit our 20, bro? We need to shut this down.
Brenda, how many spots do we have left? We had 2 more till we're sold out, she said.
All right, 2 more were sold
there
out.
You go.
So if you're on the fence, there you go, man. So guys, Hoss, man, dude, this is amazing. I'm gonna actually put my son through this course, so he's gonna be ready in December, and this is a no-brainer. So as soon as he's ready, I'll take you up on this, man, and hopefully I can get the same price.
No, buddy. Yes, absolutely, man. Listen, everybody needs this, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you guys. And man, thanks, Scott, man. I appreciate it. This is it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I know, a lot of fun. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Same time, same place next week, right here on Agent Mastermind. If you have not joined our private group, Hoss is part of the group. It's facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. And guys, I appreciate you. Honored to be a part of your lives. You could be anywhere, and you chose to be here with us. I hope you got something out of the class today. Take action. Whether it's with this course, some course, just stay focused, go all the way in, and let's have some. Hoss, one thing I wanted to kind of leave you with is you brought up something very, very key, and I want everybody to hear this left. You said 90-day window, and that really means something to me, because if you're having some slow times right now, if you go back, I don't know, 90 days ago, you'll probably find out what happened, because the stuff you're doing today yields results 90 days from now. So if you guys want to have an awesome November, December, January, right now is the time to take action. So this is just an amazing way to do it. And thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate you more than you know.
We're going to crush it, Scott. You too, buddy. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Take care, everybody. See you on the web.